Let's today understand two ways of accounting. So we can either follow the cash basis of accounting or we can follow the accrual basis of accounting. Accrual basis of accounting is also known as your mercantile system. Mercantile mercantile system of accounting. Now, this is entirely up to the organization whether the organization wants to follow the cash basis or whether the organization wants to follow the accrual basis of accounting. Understanding what do these two bases of accounting mean, when we're talking of cash basis of accounting, it is that we are recording the transactions only and only when the cash is either received or when the cash is paid. On the other hand, accrual basis of accounting is when we are recording the transactions whenever they are occurring irrespective of the fact when the cash is received or paid. That means we are not impacted by the incoming or outflow of cash. What we are impacted is when the transaction occurred. For example, as on to 30 let's say as on 1st of July, we make a sale of rupees of 20,000. Okay, now as per the but we are going to receive the payment only in on 15th of August. Okay, now in this case, under cash basis of accounting, we will record the journal entry on 15th of August. Why 15th of August? Because 15th of August is the day when we are receiving the cash. Whereas under mercantile basis, we are going to record the transaction on 1st of July. So that's the basic important element that we need to understand, that sales took place on 1st of July. We are receiving cash on 15th of August. If we are following the cash basis, then we are going to record the transaction on 15th of August. If we are following the mercantile system of accounting, then we are going to work out on 1st of July. That is the date when we are going to record this transaction. Now, what are the key differences? Again, simple, what we have already understood, that cash under cash basis, cash is received and paid. It is at that point of time that we record the transaction. Under accrual basis, whenever the transaction has taken place, or the income has been earned or expenses has been incurred, that is the point when we are recording the transaction, irrespective of the fact whenever is the outflow or inflow of cash. Revenue is recognized when cash is received. Revenue is recognized in case of accrual basis is when revenue is earned. Similarly, expense, whenever the cash is paid, transaction is recorded. In case of accrual, whenever the expense has been incurred, the transaction is recorded. Under cash basis, the most important thing is that the financial statements does not show the actual and the true picture. That is the financial statements for 12 months. We don't know. We are only looking up at the financial statements with respect to the cash received and outflow of cash. But in case of accrual basis, we get to know whatever is the actual and the true performance, because we have taken into account all the transactions that have incurred, whether cash, whatever has been the situation of the cash inflow and the cash outflow. This kind of a system is basically suitable for small businesses, that is the cash basis, whereas for large organization, the most accommodating and the better way of accounting is the accrual basis of accounting. Let's go on with the advantages and disadvantages. Cash basis is no doubt simple, helps in tracking the cash flow and managing the cash flow, and suitable for small businesses. Whereas in case of accrual is good for bigger businesses because it gives us an accurate financial information. It helps us to follow the matching principle. That is, it represents the expenses with the revenue. So we follow the matching principle in case of accrual system, and then it is better for decision making. Why? Because we get to know what is the true financial position, and it is also accepted by general gap and ifrs all over. There are certain disadvantages, that accrual basis is more complex, it requires more adjusting entries, and it needs a little more skilled accounting level to deal with accrual and maintain the accounts as per the accrual basis. Now, again, let's take an example to make this concept more clear. Business has made a sale on 1st of June, and the cash is received on 30th of June. So, if we are talking about the cash basis, so we are receiving cash on 30th of June, and therefore we are going to record the revenue on 30th of June. Whereas under accrual basis, irrespective of whenever is the cash received, we made the sale on 1st of June. That is the point or the date when the revenue has been incurred, and therefore we are going to record the journal entry on 1st of June. So that is the difference between the accrual basis and cash basis. Now, generally, companies follow accrual basis. Nowadays, there would be almost negligible companies which are following cash basis. Almost all the companies are following accrual basis, just because of one reason, and that one reason is that it gives us a true picture of the business, true picture of the organization. So and ultimately, if you have to remember the gist of it, we need to remember the cash basis focuses on cash movements. We are recording the transaction as and when there is an inflow or outflow of cash. So inflow or outflow of cash, and accrual basis is more reliable and meaningful, and is based upon whenever the revenue or expense is generated. Revenue is earned and expense is incurred. So this is the basic, right? It's not difficult at all. We just need to understand and be clear with the two systems of accounting. That's it for today. If you have any other topics where you would need more explanation, let me know, and we are going to do the needful and explain that concept to you. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.